you want an exposure to a market or an
Everything they need in one place.
Be the world's foremost authority on
Individuals, advisors and institutions.
Hello and welcome to the Morningstar series Ask the Expert. I'm Emma Wall and here with me today is Rachel Beagles to discuss the role of a board in investment trusts. Hello Rachel.
Hi Emma.
So you sit on 5 boards including Securities Trust of Scotland and BlackRock Emerging Europe. I thought we could ask you today as the expert what exactly is a board, because it's a unique feature to investment trusts. Open-ended funds don't have boards, so what is the role?
No, it's a very important point that you make. The board provides a unique layer of governance whose responsibility is to act in shareholders' interests at all times, and that's something that unit trusts don't have.
Investment trust boards are very active, as you say, keeping shareholders' interests at heart. Perhaps you could give some examples where the board will step in to make changes.
Yes, there are a few situations where I think it's particularly important. One might be if the fund has suffered a period of prolonged and meaningful underperformance, and it might be necessary for the board to make changes. Another might be simply that the fund manager has retired and so there's a change of personnel. Another might be that the fee structure is no longer appropriate, or the fee levels might be deemed to be too high in an industry context. And again, that independence of the board acting on shareholders' behalf is really crucial.
And in 2014 in particular, we saw fees in investment trusts really come down, and it was boards behind that change, wasn't it?
No, that's absolutely right. RDR has given us a level playing field. On the one hand, that gives us access to a whole chunk of the market that potentially hasn't been available to us in the past, but it has also given us a much more competitive environment with clean share structures, and boards have, and I think will continue to react to those changing market circumstances. We've seen a number of funds remove performance fees, and we've seen a number of companies also cut the levels of fees in absolute terms as well.
You mentioned there RDR. This is going to be and has been quite a driving force of money into investment trusts, because in the past investment trusts perhaps haven't had the popularity that they deserve considering performance.
No, that's right, and I think that's been for a number of reasons. We've touched on the incentivisation structure, but I think there has also been jargon that has put investors off, and I think boards are having to work harder to overcome those barriers. So issues such as the discount, also gearing has potentially put people off. I think it's important that we explain to the marketplace what advantages the investment trust structure does provide. The fact that it's closed-ended means that in a falling market, the discount can absorb the liquidity flows rather than the fund manager being forced to sell the underlying positions in a situation where he might not want to. So that's one example. Gearing over time. Generally, one would bet on equity markets in particular going up, so it's sensible that companies in the right situations employ gearing, and that can enhance the returns to shareholders. So those are the two of the advantages of the investment trust structure. One other benefit is that investment trusts can retain income, so obviously dividends to shareholders can be smoothed over time, and at a time when the market is experiencing cuts in dividends, we can still pay increasing dividends to shareholders. That's another benefit.
So perhaps with education and with explanation, we should see greater inflows into investment trust structures.
I would hope so. I mean, certainly all the investment trust boards that I sit on, we're seeing increased retail ownership of our funds, and I think with responsible action by boards and in the current marketplace, I would hope that would continue.
Rachel, thank you very much.
Thank you.
This is Emma Wall for Morningstar. Thank you for watching.